So to start Inventor for the first time, you want to go to your desktop. You're gonna make a folder first. So you're gonna save everything on that folder. So right click on the desktop anywhere in the blue area, and then click New. Well, not click New, but put your cursor on New and then Folder, and just type in maybe Tim, and then first and last name. Okay. So if you happen to change computers, you have to get the files from this folder and transfer it to your computer. It doesn't automatically go into your account when you switch computers. Okay. So now to start Inventor, um, search for this icon, this capital I. Okay. Uh, Autodesk Inventor Professional 2020. Double click on it, and this is what you eventually will get to this. So remember, if it's asking for a license, just click on X to go to the next to remove the window. Okay, you might have to do it 2 or 3 times. Just make sure you click on X, not on cancel or OK. All right, so I'm going to show you for quickly how to create a model. So this is the first thing you need to learn in order to do more advanced stuff. So once you're on this window, you're looking for the word part. Okay. You can also start from new. If you click on new, um, maybe a new window will pop up. Yeah, there you go. A new window will pop up, and it will say standard. So you're looking for part, standard, and then you would click create. Okay, so that's another way to start this. Or you can just click on, I'm going to cancel this, click on part. I think it's kind of loading, it's kind of slow. Um, so we just have to wait for it to load. All right, here we go. Okay. On the very top right here, you see a cube. You can click on the house. That will give you the isometric view. You notice the front is facing this way, top, and then the right. Okay. All right, so we're gonna make something. So we're gonna click on 2D sketch. I know it says 2D sketch here, but don't click on that. Click on the actual icon, and this will pop up. Okay, so remember I clicked on the icon, not on the word 2D sketch. You're looking for the XY plane. So if I put my cursor over this, it says XY plane. I'm gonna click on it once. So if I say click on it, that means you click once. If I say double click, you double click with your with the left clicker. If I say right click, then that means it's you using the right button on your mouse. All right, let me see. Now you're going to create something here. Um, you're gonna choose rectangle right here. I'm gonna put my cursor right on the middle, and you'll notice it locks in and it turns green. Okay, so you're gonna click once. So you click once and release, and then now you can drag your mouse uh, whichever way, right? So just make sure you don't click yet because this is not the measurement we want. The measurement we want from the top one, if you notice, it's highlighted as 0.614. That's going to be 5. So I'm going to type in 5, but I don't press enter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to press tab to go to the next one where it says 0.331. When I press tab, it's going to go there. Um, the 0.331 will become 2.5. Okay. Now you're probably wondering where's the model. So what I'll do, I use my mouse to scroll out. If I scroll down, I scroll in. I zoom in. If I scroll away from me, away from my hand, um, I zoom out. So you can zoom in and out using the scroll on your mouse. Okay. All right. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click Finish Sketch up here. Now it does this because it's centered. Remember, the center of your axis is right here. So if you want to see your whole drawing, you're going to go back to that home, and then you can see the whole sketch. Um, Now we're going to make it solid. So you're going to click on Extrude. So I clicked on Extrude. My computer's a little bit slow. You notice that the arrow is facing this way. I can actually drag that arrow to whatever size I want, but we rarely drag it to whatever size. Usually we have a size in mind that we want to put in. So instead of that size, we're gonna put in 2.5. Okay. So you notice it's coming out towards me, and now I cannot see my sketch because it's being blocked. So what I like to do is when I extrude, I actually want to extrude the other way. So I can take this and drag it this way, and then type in 2.5 if I want, right there. That's what I want. Now I can see my sketch and I can see the extrusion. Now, you don't have to drag the arrow. You can just click here. It's going this way, in that direction, or you can flip it this way. So like what I said, I like the flip because I can see my sketch. Then here we can click OK. You'll notice that the sketch disappears, but it's still there. So I'm going to click on home again, bring it, center it. That sketch is still under extrusion 1 here. So if I click on this plus sign, and if I click on sketch 1 just once, I can see the sketch that I made. Okay. If I need that sketch, I can turn on that sketch and use it again later. But for now, since I already used it, it kind of goes away for the moment. All right. Now we're going to create something here. We're going to draw something here. So I'm going to click on sketch again. And then I'm going to click on this surface. So you see how it turns green? So make sure you're not clicking right on the edge. Oh, I guess you cannot. Don't use choose this one. Make sure you choose this one, the one facing frontwards. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna drag this using the scroll on my mouse, the wheel. I'm gonna push down on my wheel, and then I'm going to drag it this way. Okay. All right. I'm gonna use the line tool to give you a little practice. So I'm gonna use the line tool. I'm gonna click on the actual symbol line, not on the word. I'm gonna put my cursor right on the corner when it turns to a green dot. Okay, I'm gonna click once and let go. And I'm gonna follow this black line. You notice it says 90 degrees, but I want that to be 1 inch. So I can bring it down and drag it to 1 inch, but I will never be exact, and it kind of takes a little bit of finesse. But instead of dragging it, I'm just gonna type in 1 and then press enter. Okay, I will continue. Um, I will continue with my line, and then we're gonna make this 2.5. So again, make sure your line is straight. If it's like this, it's gonna have it. It's gonna create a problem. So make sure it's 90 degrees, and then you're going to type in 2.5. You notice it's highlighted. Was highlighted blue, so that means you can type into it. And then I want to bring it up. Again, make sure it's 90 degrees. Now this one, it doesn't matter. I don't have to put in the number. As long as I touch the line, it turns to a green dot. that means that's exactly 1 inch. Okay, and then I'm going to click. Okay. Um, what you need to know is that every time you create a shape, you need to close it. So from here to here, we did not close it. Okay. So what you need to do is click where you ended, and then click here. Okay. So that's close. All right. So I'm going to click on Finish Sketch. Now I'm going to remove material. So extrude it all again. You're going to click on Extrude. Now, again, if I, well, we don't want to extrude in this direction. We always want to extrude away, but we also want to remove. So if I change this direction of this arrow, it would actually automatically remove. Okay. If I put it back here, if you pay attention to this output right here, it will change automatically to cut. So if you see that, the output is that, and this is cut. I want to cut it all the way. Now, as far as the distance go, this one doesn't matter as long as you cut it all the way. And we can click OK. Okay. Now, another way to do that is from here, you can just press on cut. It changes it. So it's a cut, but still need to change the direction. So I'm going to click here, and then it cuts. And click OK. So now you have that model. We're going to put a hole right in the middle here. Okay. So we're going to sketch, and then we're going to click on this plane. Now we want it directly right in the middle. So what we want to do is find the midpoint of these. So what we can do is create a point for now. If I touch on this line but don't click, you'll notice there's a green dot that appears. That's the midpoint. If I take it directly down, you're gonna see a dotted line. So that dotted line is the midpoint of that black line, that solid line. Now, I want the midpoint of the right line. So what I can do is the same thing, but it's not giving it to me. So this one is not giving to me, so I'll try the other side. Okay, so now it gives me that, but now I don't know the midpoint here. So let's see. What I can do is, since I'm using point, I can put a point here. Okay, I'm just marking it. I gotta put a point here. Okay, now that I know the middle of these lines, I can click on circle. So just like that, circle. And what I can do is I can put my cursor until I get those dotted lines. Okay. Um, so once I click once, it creates a circle. Now I just have to put in the correct size. We're gonna try 0.5. So 0.5. There you go. Finish sketch. I'm going to extrude now that circle, but I'm going to remove. So instead of adding it to it, we're going to remove. So we're gonna click on cut. It goes the opposite direction right away, but we want to cut all the way through. So um, let me see. So right here, through all. So we can choose through all. It goes all the way to the end of the, what do you call this? The model. Sorry, I clicked here. You don't need to do that part. So I'm going to click OK. So it creates a hole all the way. Now I'm going to move this cursor. So I'm going to move the model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down Shift on my keyboard, hold down the wheel on my mouse, and you're going to see the cursor change. Once I move the mouse, um, you can see it rotate. So I can control it and look at the different um, angle of my model. Okay, so that is the first part that you need to do in order to create this. We're gonna save this right now, but first let me show you. If I want to see the front view of this, this is the front view. So on this little cube here, okay, that's the front view. If I go back to the home, my right view is this, and then if I go back to the home, my top view looks like this. Okay, so I'm gonna click on File, Save As. What I want to do before I click Save, and a lot of people tend to do this, is they don't pay attention to where they save it. So make sure you go to this where it says Save In. You don't want to save it in your downloads. You want to save it to that folder that you made. So I'm gonna go to Desktop. I'm gonna look for the folder that I created, Sim, with my first and last name. Double click on it. Now it'll say Save in Sim. Give it a file name. Never leave your file name as part one or part two, part three. Always give it a file name. I'm gonna call this Introduction to Inventor. Okay, we are going to save as IPT. You can just leave that up by itself the way it is, and then click Save. And so that concludes on how you can save or how you can start creating models on Inventor. Thank you.